networkers in the past, they're instead of more like marketers, they're more like CIA. They don't tell anyone what business they're in. And if I can actually be really honest, I was following some coaching one time, and the man told us, like, do not ever tell your company name. So when people would say, what company you're with, I'm like, I can't tell you. So that didn't work well at all. So yeah, it's really good to get your mentoring from people that know what they're talking about. So virtual grand opening is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of having grand openings in person and having an event, you're having it on the phone. And the reason that you're having it on the phone, say you could even have it on GoToWebinar and people can dial in, is because, let's just face it, people are lazy. We don't want to necessarily get out of the house if we don't have to. I mean, I love our webinars. This is so good for me because I do have 4 boys, and I don't necessarily want to, get out at night if I don't have to and go to training. I like to be on these webinars. So whenever you are doing a virtual grand opening, you are giving in to people's lazy, and that is a good thing whenever you're wanting people to show up. And I remember I would say to people, you can come to my grand opening in your pajamas. You can even be in the bathtub if you want. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you have a pen and pad and you can hear me clearly. So with the virtual grand opening, it's going to really be able to give you a lot more flexibility. It's going to be able to allow you to get a lot more done. Because you will be able to, instead of having to drive a billion places, you'll be able to do business all over the world. And that's what's so amazing with our eMall. We have business partners all over the world and customers all over the world. So with your grand opening, let's say you're opening a restaurant. I know that Ramin used to be in the restaurant business, and whenever he opened his restaurant, I'm sure that he had a grand opening. He wanted everyone to come check out what he was doing. And that's what we want everyone to do. And the place where the virtual grand opening helps is in the step 4, which is expanding your territory. So let me tell you what a virtual grand opening is not. Virtual grand opening is not for people to come learn about just being customers. It's not a place for them to learn about the products. It is a place for you to expand your business. This is going to be a business presentation, and I'm going to go through exactly how it's done and how it can create momentum in your business. So the virtual grand opening culture is 2 in the first 72 hours because while I don't really necessarily like the way this was trained to me way back, was you either die or fly in your first 72 hours. I don't necessarily believe that's true, but I do believe that in your first 72 hours you are the most excited. You're, what does it say? Ignorance on fire. You don't know anything, but you're absolutely excited, right? If anyone has been ignorance on fire, not knowing what's going on but really excited, go to the comment box and just type a 1 there. I want to know that you're listening. So for a virtual grand opening, what you're going to need is you're going to need 50 contacts that know who you are. People ask me, you're like, okay, who are these people that I'm putting on my list? I'm like, they're definitely people that know who you are. As long as they know who you are, that's good. You want to have an easy invite. You're going to need a My5 presenter, high energy, prep email, and a follow-up email. And I will go over with you what those things are. So here is a super easy invite of your friends and families and your contacts. And I would tell people in my team, if you can say that you don't know anything and you want them to show up, if they're interested in making money, then you can make money. So here's a simple script that you can say, say, hey, I just have a second, because this will make less questions. If you tell people that you just have a second, they expect you to get off the phone. But if you're getting on with people and you're like, hey, what's up, how's the family, they're going to ask you lots of questions, and you obviously just got started, or your new rep just got started, so you don't know. So, whenever you're doing this, you want to say, hey, I just have a sec. I just started my own virtual business. It's available in over 165 countries and can be done from the comfort of your own home. And sometimes I say from your own phone. I don't know a lot about it, but I have one of the company leaders that is taking time out of their schedule to do the virtual grand opening for me at whatever time you're having it, 6:30 tomorrow, tonight, whatever. And you can hear more about it there and get any questions answered. Would you like me to save a line for you? When they say yes, you're like, great, we have a limited number of lines, so you're sure you can make it. You want to get the confirmation twice because people, if they confirm twice, they're more likely to show up. So yes, okay, I'll put you down for a yes, and I'll send you an email with the details. So you get their email address because you definitely want to have that, because when they get started, you want to have a good way to contact them and send them their checklist and everything. Okay, so great, and then look out for a text 15 minutes before, because let's face it, we forget sometimes. So, I just assume everyone else might forget too. So sending them the text 15 minutes before time allows them to be like, oh yeah, that's right, I do have that thing tonight. So I can dial in, even if they're kind of busy doing something else. They're like, oh, okay, I got 15 minutes. It's a phone call. I can totally pop over and do this. So, looking forward. Talk to you soon. If people say no, that they're not interested, then guess what? No problem. Go to the next person, because some will, some won't. So what? Someone is waiting for you. So don't get emotionally like, oh my God, they said no. I've done that. Okay, it's not good. So you need to have a qualified My5 presenter to do the virtual grand opening for you. You never want to do your own virtual grand opening, and here's why. If you do your own virtual grand opening, then your people that are on the line are new, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I am going to have to do this. I have no clue how to present. I am totally brand new. I am lost, and they will not join. So you want to have one of your My5 presenters do this for you, so you can say, hey, did you see how easy that was? They're going to be asking themselves this question: can I do what this person just did to me? And if all you did was read that simple script to your friend or your family member and basically say you didn't know anything and can you show up, then they'll say, man, I can say I don't know anything and can you show up? That's pretty much a no-brainer. My kid can do this. So that answers that question. That person's fine. So you want to make sure that you have a presenter that's had some success in the business. They don't have to be like making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they need to have some level of success so that they can share their story and show people that they know what they're talking about. And the tiny first part of the call that happens, about 3 minutes, 5 minutes before the call happens, what you're going to be doing is hosting the call. And I think I've put that over here. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a minute. So before the call happens, you're going to have gone through and called all those people, and the ones that have confirmed, you want to write an email to the person that is your My5 presenter. And you want to have the name of the person, location, and a brief occupational background. I'm talking like one line, like, hey, this person was a school teacher. And if they have had network marketing experience in the past. And once you're finished with the follow-up, make sure to go back to that email and let the presenter know what happened with each of the prospects. Because this way, we're going to be able to help you more. If you say, okay, 10 people showed up and everyone said they weren't interested, there's something happening there. Or if you say, okay, 10 people showed up, 5 said maybe, 2 signed up, whatever it might be, we're going to be able to tell you why those numbers happened. So we'll go on to next. And so I have a feeling that a lot of people on here are saying, what the heck, what if I'm not new? So if you're not new with GWT, you can actually do a relaunch. You can just say, something like, hey, I just have a second, but I'm relaunching my entire business. I've seen great things out of the company, and people are highly receptive to the products. one of the top leaders in the company is going to help me with my virtual grand reopening, and you were one of the first people I thought of for this next phase in my business. Would you like me to save you a line on this call? So whenever you do this, again, make sure that you're in a hurry and you're showing value. So in a hurry is the part where it's saying you just got a second. And then whenever you're placing great value by saying that you've seen great things and people are highly receptive, right? And you're showing that a top leader is going to be on the call. You have to have this formula down because if you don't use the correct formula, if you say something like, hey, I'm doing a relaunch of my business, would you like to hear about it? No. I would say no. You might say no to yourself even. So there is a reason for what is in this script here. So if you tweak it and you don't get the results that I'm saying you're going to get, then that's why, because you changed it. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about why the VGOs work so good, because a lot of times we'll hear information and we'll be like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds interesting, but we don't take any action on it. And the reason we don't take any action on it is because we don't know why or if it will work and why we should take the action, right? Okay, so whenever you're doing your own VGO, this is personal to you. It's not a call, a group call or anything. This is your personal virtual grand opening. And on each of these grand openings, you want to have 8 to 12 people on each one. Imagine getting 8 to 12 people on a call and then hearing the opportunity from the lips of the person that is having success. So you're going to have 16 to 24 people exposed to your business and actually talking to one of your My5 in 72 hours or one of your new reps. And I can tell you this is absolutely powerful, because what happens is whenever you get on, and this is the formula for the VGO, so whenever you get on the call, you're hosting. You're saying, hey, welcome on the call. You're going to hear chimes that are coming in. If you're doing a conference line, you're going to see the chimes coming in, and you're going to say, hey, welcome to the call. Who's just joined us? Okay, great. Mary from Wisconsin, whatever it might be. I actually do know Mary from Wisconsin, but whatever it might be, you want to say that name back, because the person that's doing the presentation is going to have their sheet there of all the names that you said we're going to show, and they're going to check them off, so they're going to know, okay, Mary is here, okay, great. Because what's going to happen is throughout the presentation, the presenter is going to use the information in that sheet, and instead of talking at the people that are on the line, they're going to talk with them. So for instance, the part in our presentation where we're talking about the recession, if I see that Mary is a school teacher, I could say something like, I know a lot of my school teacher friends are really feeling the recession, and that way, she's going to hear, oh, okay, they understand what I'm talking about. Say, Mary, I know that you're a school teacher and you've probably been experiencing that too. So you're talking with the people, and guess what that does? That makes them pay attention, because they've heard their name and they're like, oh, wow, okay, so what are they going to say next? I better not miss it. They're probably going to call my name again. So you have their attention. So whenever after the hosting is done, about 3 minutes beforehand, welcome to the line, make sure you get a pen and pad. This presenter is going to blow your socks off, like whatever it is that your personality is, but make sure that you have really high energy, okay? So the presenter goes through the about 20-minute presentation, and then right at the end they say, does anyone on the line have any questions? If there's crickets, the presenter's going to say, hey, Mary, how about you? Hey, John, how about you? Hey, Kathy, how about you? Whoever it is on the line. And whenever you call those people's names out, they most likely will either say, oh, no, thank you, I've got no questions, or they'll ask a question. So having the names, again, is super important. So once the call is over, this is where it's super important to follow up immediately. Don't follow up tomorrow. Like I had people, I'd do their virtual grand openings, and they'd be like, I'd call them like right after because I knew they were going to do this. Be like, oh, it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like, they just got off the line, of course they're up. Call them back. And if I have somebody that's really scared, I'll actually stay on the line with them, and I'll let them call, but I'll be on the line with them in case they're like, oh gosh, what if there's some questions or something. And I tell you what, every person that came in the team that did their virtual grand openings, that did get their 8 to 12 people on, we're getting 4, 5, 6 people in their first week that were launching, and then they were duplicating this. In my first 30 days using this strategy, I had 24 people that came on board and duplicated down. So it definitely works. And whenever you have a strong team like we do here with GWT, we can all work together to help each other get this implemented. And that's as simple as it is, guys. There's really not much else to train. So do you guys have any questions? I don't know if you can raise your hands, or Sherry, if you can see if someone is raising their hands. I can't see anything on my end as far as that.
Sorry, did I make you a presenter, or did I just make you, maybe let me make you a presenter first so you can see all the hands up too. That'd be good. Okay, well, thank you so much, Jessica. You have done such a tremendous job on this, and it's time for questions and answers. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a brilliant idea when Jessica was talking to me. Yes. She sees a twinkle star on the PowerPoint. That's why she said twinkle star.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yes, hi Twinkle Star, yes.
Here, let's change the Twinkle Star. There we go.
Here we go.
Twinkle Star, bye-bye.
Yes. Okay, go take your Twinkle Star out. Okay, you have one. Get out, please. Thank you. So sorry about it. And whenever I talk, she likes to talk. Yeah. So, Jessica, I just made you as an organizer, so you should be able to see all the questions or hands up as well. And I'm going to hold my phone and get into the other room, so we're not going to talking about Twinkle stuff for whole night.
I love it, though. I do love it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hand and take the disadvantage to take this opportunity to ask questions. I think it's a brilliant idea, since we are we talk about now in 2016, like right now, what's so easy for us to use is everything that's social media, right? So you're making so many friends. I have like over 3,000 friends, so-called friends on Facebook alone, and a lot of people I don't even know. I think it's a great time even for me to do a reopening, just like Jessica suggested. For the grand opening, I cannot say, oh, I'm doing a grand opening after 10 years in the business, but I can definitely do a reopening, like what do you call it again, Jessica?
Just say like a virtual grand reopening.
Reopening, yeah, virtual grand reopening. Yeah, so I think it's great. It's a brilliant idea that you throw out to us, and we have virtual branding party already. But we talk when you talk about grand opening on something that people really wanna see. What is a grand opening? Normally, grand opening are full of surprises and deals and things, right? So maybe you can even know for the grand opening only, you are getting like $100 gift certificates plus, or whatever that you want to offer to them. More, maybe even offer a raffle. Can we do that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And one of the things that really gets it moving so much faster is like whenever it goes to the end of the call, we
Mm-hmm.
always say, with as with real estate, it's all about location, location, location. But with
Mm-hmm.
our business, it's all about timing and positioning. So whenever we explain it to someone how important it is to get started right away, I always say, you heard all the people on the call this evening, right? I say, you heard all those people on the call. Well, the person that gets started first is going to get all of the other people that want to come on board in their team and get overrides for life on those people. So if you want to be that person, make sure that you text, call, whatever, the person that's actually having this call now, and so that way it closes them right there on the line. And I always say I give priority to the person that comes in first or the person that has the biggest pack. So if someone comes in at diamond, they get in first because I know they're most committed. And then,
Mm-hmm.
down the line. And then that gives you the chance to ask for bigger packs, and it makes people get off the fence because, people like to procrastinate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's a great idea. So we do have some questions coming in. We also have some leaders that I'm going to unmute you to to give comments and questions, and I'd like you to have this call more interactive. So first person I would like to unmute will be Erin Spring, all the way from Alberta, Canada. And she has some comments and she has some questions too. So Erin, are you there?
Yes, I sure am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Fantastic training, Jessica. You know where my heart is with you. For the ones that don't know, that Jessica is my personal sponsor. I've been working with her, oh geez, for almost 2 years. Hey, girl.
Yep.
So I can tell you that this is like Sherry said, we already do the virtual branding parties for the retail sales. Why don't we do a virtual grand reopening or a grand opening for the business opportunity? And what a brilliant idea. Totally love it. So simply easy. And again, we're edifying our MiFi leaders. So we're, like you said, we're not using those brand new LCs to think that they need to know everything, right? Because we have a phenomenal support system with a MiFi structure here in GWT. So congratulations. I love it. I know most of our team is on this call. We might not live in the United States, but half our team lives in the United States too. So we're all like a big family.
That is for sure. I tell you what, I've enjoyed so much this last year that we've been working closely together because, we have such different strengths, and I've learned so much from you, and I'm just loving how you're just like flying and flourishing, and I'm like, go girl.
It's all about teamwork, makes the dream work, right?
Mm-hmm, definitely. So Sherry, is there someone else that, as well that you are wanting to unmute?
Yes, I think the next person I'd like to bring on and share a few comments and words will be our presenter and trainer last week, and Ambassador Maxwell. I saw him on the call, and let me unmute him. So Maxwell, if you are tuning in with your phone, maybe you can unmute yourself and share a few words. That'll be wonderful. Okay, Maxwell, you are muted on your side. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to have your hands up, it's a great time to ask questions. Let me go through if there's any questions first. First of all, yes, it is recorded. There are a few requests about that, so I know it's important to record it. Unfortunately, I didn't record the training last week because I was not too familiar with Zoom calls. So, anyways, how do you get everyone on the phone at the same time? That's one of the questions here, Jessica.
Okay. Yes, getting people on the phone can be done through any conference line and also through GoToWebinar. So instead of clicking on a link, they can just call into the phone number. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Yes, Jeff, as far as the packages, so like let's say that someone says, okay, I want to get started, and they send in their information first, but they're a retailer, but someone sends in their information second and they're a diamond, the diamonds would still come first because they have the most skin in the game, and I know they're the most committed. So that's why the person that came in at a lower level would get in next. So sometimes those people, they say, oh, well, there's another person that's coming in as diamond. I maybe should come in as diamond since I was going to be first. And then you have two diamonds instead of a diamond and a retailer. So I hope, does that answer your question? Hopefully. Awesome, Jeff.
Am I still unmuted?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Because I just want to say, it's Erin here speaking again. I'm having like one of those moments where my brain can't stop thinking because we're rolling into North American Conference and we all know what happens at conferences and a whole bunch of stuff gets unrevealed. And what a timing to have this kind of all set up, and we can all do either a virtual grand opening for a brand new LC or a virtual re-grand opening, I guess. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think we won't definitely sleep when we get home from the conference.
Oh,
You'll be driving back. You'll be driving back to Tennessee, and you'll be like, okay, do I have to drop Jeannie off in Michigan?
Absolutely, and actually, Jamie from California is saying I should do a 10-year grand celebration.
There you go. I love it.
Yeah, I love that suggestion. It's all about title, right? Like a package and a title, how you package it, and inviting people come to your grand opening, grand celebration, grand reopening, whatever the title you give to it. And as Erin just said, we are going to have the conference, and with the new things coming up, we can say, you know, it's a conference celebration or whatever that you can think of. Just keep your brain spinning. That's just so wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much, Jessica, for sharing this with us, and your scripts and everything is it's just in time for us to do this opening and reopening.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm so excited. There are more. So many more people that need to hear about this amazing company, and the Fairy brand is going to just totally blow up, and the more and more that it does, you know, the better for each and every one of us. So let's all go out there and, you know, put like 20 new reps in the system.
Yeah, and Jamie said again, why not a celebration? You know, not too many companies make it this far, which is absolutely true. 10th year.
So true.
10th year, yeah, 10 year in the business, and this is we are going to our second decade. This is really exciting.
I agree. I'm amped.
Tricia saying, awesome training. A virtual grand opening is a great way to reboot our GWT business and help our team members to do the same. Thank you, Tricia.
Awesome. Well, if Let's see. I think Jermaine has his hand up.
Yeah. Jamay is in California.
Okay.
Yeah. Trisha is in Louisiana.
Okay. Very
Yep.
cool.
Okay, I think that's all the questions and comments we got so far, and we also have a lot of people saying great training and a great great workshop. Thank you so much, Jessica. You have done a tremendous job tonight, and the call is recorded, and I hope you guys listen to it again and again. And I know a lot of you are taking notes, and they say it's a little bit too fast for them to so it's recorded so you guys can have it replay, and thanks a billion to Jessica.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad to share this with you all, and the biggest thing that you can do to thank me is just to go out there and be wildly successful, because a rising tide raises all ships, and yeah, let's take it to the billion.
Take to the billion. Let's attack the billion. Thank you so much, Jessica. This is great. I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, next week on a Wednesday, I will be in Toronto, and unless there's someone who's not going to the North America conference willing to step up, and otherwise we may have to cancel the webinar next Wednesday. Because we are going to be in the leadership meetings, and we are going to be in a conference. So the week is already so busy. I cannot really see if I can do this workshop next Wednesday. We may have to skip it, but then the following Wednesday we're gonna resume. Okay, so I will keep everyone posted on Facebook, and if we can do it, we will definitely do it. If not, then I will let everyone know. Next Wednesday may be a question for me to host this webinar workshop, but the following week we're gonna do it for sure. So Jessica and Aaron and Abdulia, and some of you that I know that you guys are going to going to Canada next week. I will see you there in person. Look forward to a party with you guys, having fun with you guys in Toronto.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I thought you were going to say go to California. I'll go to California. I'll go where the palm trees are.
Come to California. You are invited.
No, we have to get you up here in January 1st.
I know, you crazy lady. I'm thinking about how cold Alberta going to be.
We'll have you posted warm, no problem, Sherry.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. Okay, Aaron, and thank you, Jessica. I'll see you next week, and let's have some fun at the North American Conference.
You bet.
Awesome. See you there.
Okay. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.